Hey guys, it's Jason with Lake Aston Coffee. I'm going to do a little demonstration today. I think it's pretty interesting. We've had people ask us, how do you pick the coffees that you order? How do you decide how to roast it? And this question, how do you make your blends? How do you do your coffee blends? And there are no rules. So we just have to uh, taste and try different things and figure it out. So this is something you can do at home. So whether you have some of our coffees or whatever coffee you're buying, if you want to try to make a blend, it's actually super interesting and very easy to do. So if you'll notice on our coffee bags, if the bag just has a black logo with black writing, that is not a blend. That's just a single origin coffee, whether it's from Ethiopia, Costa Rica, Papua New Guinea. If the bag has a colorful label on it, that is a blend. As a side note, the colorful labels, the little drawings, are artwork that my kids did back in elementary school, and they're both in their 20s now. My wife had saved all that artwork, and we scanned them and used them for pictures on the coffee bags. So that's how you can tell if what you're buying is a blend or a single origin, if it's our coffee. So how do we come up with those blends? So I'm going to do a little demonstration today, and this is something you could do at home. I'll show you everything you need. I would stick to blending 2 or 3 coffees at the most. When you get to 4 or 5 coffees, it's a lot. I think 2 will do most coffee blends that you want to do. We'll cover all the bases. 3 can really cover some good bases. So I'm going to do a demonstration today with 3. So what you need is make a cup of each coffee. So for this demonstration, I'm going to be doing our Lake House blend. So I've got a Papua New Guinea, Costa Rica, Colombia. So I have those marked: Papua New Guinea, Costa Rica, Colombia. I have a piece of paper and a pen. I have a dump cup. I have a glass of water. I have a spoon, and I have a tasting cup. So what we're going to do is the simplest blend is going to be a 1-to-1 ratio if you're doing 2 or 3. So let's just do a 1-1-in-1 ratio. So I would get a spoonful of this one, and then dunk your spoon in water. You don't want to cross contaminate between them. And then I'll get the next one, dunk it in water, and the next one. So this is an equal parts, 3 equal parts blend of 3 coffees. And I may want to make a note of what I did: 1-1-in-1. And then I'm going to dump that into my little dump cup here. All right, so let's try the next one. Let's say I kind of like the flavor of that Papua New Guinea. So let's highlight that a little bit more. So let's go 2. So let's double that one. So that's 2 water, 1, and 1. So now I doubled up on my Papua New Guinea, and I still have 1-in-1 of the Colombia. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down before I forget it. 2 1-in-1. Okay. Dump that out. Make a little note. All right. So now let's say I want to switch it up. Let's go back to 1-in-1, and I want to double up on this Colombia maybe. So let's see. 1, 1, just for comparison. And then we're going to do 2 of that one. So now I'm going to write that down: 1, 1, and 2. And if you want to, you can do all these in separate cups, and then you can compare like 1, 2, 3 of your blends. I'm just kind of doing them one at a time. Okay. All right. Now I've got some ideas, and you can keep doing this. There's a million combinations. But for this next one, what we're going to do is we're going to highlight these 2 and just bring in a little bit of this one. So on this blend, I'm going to do 2 of the Papua New Guineas, water, 2 Costa Ricas, and then 1 of the Colombia. Write that down. 2, 2, and 1. Okay. So that is the blend that we use for Lake House. It is 2 Papua New Guinea, 2 Costa Rica, 1 Colombia. I wrote that down, I tasted it. So the next step would be to mix the beans in that same ratio and brew it and check it to see if we get something like this that we're looking for. So if I was going to mix those beans, I would do 2, 2, and 1. So you can do 2 ounces, 2 ounces, and 1 ounce, or you can scale it up 2 pounds, 2 pounds, and 1 pound, but the ratio is the same. So when we mix it in big batches, it may be 20 pounds, 20 pounds, 10 pounds, but the ratio is the same, 2, 2, and 1. So that's how we mix it, and then we would brew it, check it, see if we got the same thing we're looking for here, and if so, we like it, that's a new blend. I haven't done any new blends in a while. Probably, yeah, it's been a while. The last blend, I will tell you the story behind one of them because it's interesting. Our roasting facility is next door to the Warren County Rescue Squad, and a friend of ours, lots of our friends, participate, either paramedics, EMS, and they, our friends Tommy and Angela Curl have a nonprofit that they do a scholarship foundation. It's the Josh Curl Foundation. They do a scholarship in the name of their son Josh. They were doing, I don't remember if they were cooking barbecue or stew, but they were cooking like all night over at the Rescue Squad building. They were going to be up super early in the morning. And someone came over to the roasting shop while I was working, and they said, hey, do you have any coffee we can brew over here while we're working? We're going to be pretty much all night, and let's try something new. And I was like, okay. So I just grabbed 2 coffees and just did a 50-50 blend of just 2 different things. And it happened to be what you might call a black and tan or a cowboy roast, or cowboy blend, because it was 50-50 of a dark and a medium. So 50% Colombia dark roast, 50% medium Costa Rica. So I just made a bag, sent it with them. The next day, a couple of the people that had been there working pretty much all night come back over to the roasting shop, and they were like, hey, what was that coffee you sent over last night? It was great. We loved it, and we want to buy some. And so I had to kind of think about what I had made, what I had mixed up. And I said, oh yeah, well, I remember what it is. So here, I'll make you some bags. You can take them. And so later I talked to Tommy, and I said, Tommy, we had some requests for that blend of coffee that we sent over to the squad building last night, and we don't have a name for it. Like, because it was your fundraising night, do you have any requests? What would you like to name it? And Tommy suggested calling it Jack's Blend, J-A-C, Jack's Blend, and which is the initials of Joshua Curl, who the fundraiser was for, in his name, in his honor. So that's where Jack's Blend came from. It was just kind of a random blend that we did that happened to be good. A lot of people liked it. And then we named it for Joshua Curl in memory of Josh and his their charitable foundation for the scholarship fund. So Jack's Blend, that's how that came about. And we've done a couple other custom blends. It's not something we can do a whole lot of, but Valley Church is another one. We spent a couple hours up there one day, and we tasted a ton of coffee, and Valley Church come up with their own blend. So that's the Valley Blend, and you can just get it at Valley Church. They have it for sale, and they serve it there for every service as well. So that's how we do blends. It's pretty simple. Just do your ratios, 1, 1, and 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, whatever. Write it down, make some notes, and then blend your coffee before you brew it, and check it and see if it's kind of what you come up with. So if you have any questions or want us to do any other videos on how we do stuff, how we come up with which coffee we order, or roasting process stuff, just let me know in the comments, and we'll be making some more videos about it. Y'all have a good weekend. Merry Christmas.